The message came not as a whisper, but as thunder across the stars. Above Earth's orbit, a fleet unlike anything humanity had ever seen darkened the skies. Hundreds of alien warships hung suspended in silence, their hulls gleaming like blades, forged from starlight. Their presence blotted out the sun for cities below, a shadow cast upon oceans, continents, and hearts. The Galactic Council had arrived. When the transmission opened, every screen on Earth flickered with their image. A coalition of alien races united in contempt. A voice, layered with mechanical translation, thundered across the world. Humans of soul, your species has grown reckless, your weapons dangerous, your expansion unchecked. The Council demands Earth's immediate surrender. Refuse, and we will reduce your planet to ash. The words pierced, like daggers. For years, whispers had reached Earth, of other civilizations, of a council that ruled with an iron grip. But no one expected them to descend in such overwhelming force. Humanity had dreamed of peace, of diplomacy among the stars. Instead, the first true meeting was an ultimatum. The debate of nations on Earth, panic spread like wildfire. News anchors spoke in hushed terror. Families huddled together as the skies glowed with the alien blockade. Governments scrambled. The United Earth Assembly convened in emergency session, their chamber echoing with fear and fury. Some leaders pleaded for compliance. We cannot fight them. Look at their fleet. They will destroy us in hours. Others demanded resistance. Surrender is extinction by another name. If we kneel today, humanity dies tomorrow. The debate raged as the alien countdown began. 1 week to surrender. Amid the chaos, one figure rose above the noise, President Elias Carter of Earth's Assembly. He was no warlord, no tyrant, but a man who carried the scars of war upon his soul. He had seen Earth torn apart in its last great conflict, and had sworn humanity would never bow again. When he took the podium, the chamber fell silent. His voice did not shake. They see us as fragile, as children playing with fire. But we are not children. We are survivors. Every war we endured, every loss we carried, every scar we bear has forged us into what we are today. They demand our surrender. I say, let this be the day humanity declares war on the galaxy. The chamber erupted. Fear turned to fury, doubt to defiance. The assembly voted not for submission, but for resistance. And in that moment, humanity's fate was sealed. The unveiling of the hidden fleets. The galaxy thought humanity weak, a backwater, species barely stepping into the stars. What they did not know was the truth, born from paranoia, forged in secrecy. Decades earlier, when humanity first detected faint whispers of alien civilizations, Earth had begun preparing. Not openly, not proudly, but in the shadows. Hidden shipyards were built deep within the asteroid belt, within the crust of icy moons, even in hollowed-out mountains on Earth itself. There, fleets had been constructed, warships that had never seen sunlight, weapons that had never been tested, engines that could outpace the very fleets now circling Earth. And now, the veil was lifted. One by one, Earth's hidden fleets emerged. From the dark side of the moon, colossal dreadnoughts rose, their armor black as obsidian. From Titan's misty atmosphere, cruisers pierced through methane clouds like leviathans awakened from slumber. From asteroid caverns, swarms of corvettes launched, each bristling with railguns and plasma lances. The galaxy had come to demand surrender. What they received was the awakening of a war machine they never imagined. Humanity strikes first. The Galactic Council expected hesitation. They expected humanity to beg, to stall, to kneel. Instead, humanity fired first. It began with a single rail cannon strike from an Earth orbital platform. The shot cut across the void, a spear of kinetic energy moving faster than light's whisper. It slammed into an alien cruiser, ripping through its shields and tearing it in half. The galaxy's fleet faltered. For a brief, breathless moment, the impossible had happened. An inferior species had drawn first blood. Then the void erupted. Earth's dreadnoughts surged forward, unleashing storms of missiles that split apart into thousands of submunitions, overwhelming alien defenses. Fighters screamed through the stars, weaving between enemy formations like angry hornets. Plasma lances from cruisers carved glowing scars across alien hulls. The Council's armada retaliated, but they had underestimated both human cunning and human rage. The first battle for Earth turned into a slaughter, not of humans, but of aliens. The message to the galaxy: when the smoke cleared above Earth, the Council's fleet lay in ruins. Hundreds of alien warships, once thought invincible, burned in orbit, their wreckage raining into Earth's atmosphere like falling stars. Humanity had not just defended its home, they had shattered the myth of galactic supremacy. President Carter stood before the cameras once more, his face lit by the flames of orbital debris. His words were broadcast not only to Earth, but hacked into every channel the galaxy possessed. To the Galactic Council and every empire that stands behind them, know this: humanity does not surrender. You came with demands, and we answer with war. You wanted Earth to kneel. Instead, we rise. We are coming for you. The declaration echoed across the stars, a signal that shook empires to their core. The galaxy reacts in the halls of the Galactic Council. Panic spread. Never before had a species rejected their authority so openly. Never before had one dared to strike first. Whispers spread like poison. What if the humans are stronger than they appear? What if every fleet hides such power? What if Earth is not alone? Fear crept into the hearts of the galaxy's rulers. Their ultimatum had backfired. Instead of submission, they had awakened something ancient and terrifying: the indomitable human spirit. Humanity's march. The war did not end with Earth's defense. It had only begun. Human fleets surged outward, not waiting for the Council to regroup. They struck at supply lines, shattered border outposts, and liberated worlds long crushed. Under the Council's rule, for the first time in centuries, the galaxy trembled, not from the Council's iron fist, but from the thunder of humanity's advance. The galaxy had demanded Earth's surrender. Instead, Earth declared war. And humanity, united, unbroken, and burning with fury, would not stop until the stars themselves were free. The sky over Earth was no longer ours. When the alien fleet arrived, it did not sneak. It did not hide. It descended like gods of war, casting their shadows across continents. Ships larger than cities hung above Earth's orbit, their silvered hulls gleaming with cold perfection. Every nation, every people looked up and knew this was not a visit. It was conquest. The message came in perfect translation, as if they had studied our languages for centuries. Humans of Earth, your species is a threat to galactic order. Your weapons, your aggression, your persistence in survival, it cannot be allowed to continue. Surrender your planet and all governance to the authority of the Galactic Council. Do so peacefully, and you will live as subjects. Refuse, and you will be destroyed. The ultimatum was simple, brutal, final. The world fell silent. The mask of surrender. For days, Earth's governments convened in desperation. No one doubted the aliens' threat. Their fleet numbered in the hundreds, bristling, with weapons that could unmake continents. Humanity's fleets, visible to the stars, were nothing in comparison. Few outdated cruisers, scattered colonies, a handful of orbital defenses. The choice seemed obvious. When the Council's envoys appeared in orbit, they were met with a show of compliance. Earth's assembly signed the Treaty of Submission, offering symbols of surrender, broadcasting messages of peace. To the galaxy watching, it seemed done. Another primitive world absorbed into the Council's dominion. On the streets, people wept. Soldiers lowered their weapons. Resistance crumbled. But not everyone believed. Not everyone surrendered. Hidden. Beneath the ashes of false submission, Earth had a secret. The Great Deception. For decades, paranoia had guided humanity's path. Even as we sent probes and ships into the void, even as we dreamed of peaceful contact, we prepared for the opposite. Earth's militaries had built-in shadows, shipyards carved into the dark sides of moons, factories hidden in asteroid belts, fleets assembled in silence, concealed by advanced cloaking fields and the vastness of space. And now, those hidden arsenals waited. The surrender treaty was not a defeat. It was bait. While the galaxy celebrated Earth's compliance, human operatives infiltrated the alien fleet's systems. Code worms slipped into their networks, maps of their positions uploaded to human admirals who had waited their entire lives for this moment. Humanity bowed with one hand. With the other, it sharpened its blade. The first strike, the day came when the Council's fleet gathered in low orbit to accept Earth's surrender. Their commanders prepared to land troops, to raise their banners upon our soil. Instead, the sky split open. From beyond the moon, from the asteroid belt, from hidden stations buried in the cold dark, humanity's true fleets emerged. Hundreds of warships uncloaked at once, engines roaring, weapons armed. Ships the galaxy had never seen before, sleek dreadnoughts plated in adaptive armor, cruisers armed with rail cannons that could pierce a planet's crust, swarms of drones and fighters darkening the void. The aliens had expected lambs. They faced wolves. Without warning, Earth struck. The first volley came from rail cannons positioned in the Kuiper Belt. Massive slugs of tungsten tore through space, crossing millions of kilometers in minutes, ripping through alien command ships before they could raise full shields. In orbit, hidden torpedo platforms fired swarms of guided munitions, overwhelming the Council fleet's defenses. Alien formations shattered in the first hour. The invincible fleet, the one that had demanded our surrender, was burning. Terror in the Council fleet. The aliens had come to display dominance, not to fight a war. Their weapons were powerful, yes, but their formation sloppy, their guard lowered. They had expected submission, not defiance. When humanity's ambush began, chaos tore through their ranks. Entire cruisers exploded as rail slugs punched through hulls. Fighters, piloted by men and women who knew they had nothing left to lose, dove headfirst into enemy formations, unleashing storms of plasma fire. Admirals barked orders, but their fleets were already dying. One alien commander's final transmission, intercepted by Earth's fleet, was broadcast across the stars. The humans, they deceived us. They were never weak. They were never unprepared. The signal cut into static. His ship was gone. Earth's revelation. When the smoke cleared, the Council's fleet above Earth was wreckage. Thousands of tons of alien metal burned in the atmosphere, falling as streaks of fire into the oceans and deserts below. Humanity had not only resisted, humanity had annihilated them. But the greatest blow was not the fleet. It was the message. Across the galaxy, every channel was hijacked. Every star system, every colony, every empire heard the same words, spoken by Earth's assembly and backed by the images of burning alien warships. People of the galaxy hear us. They demanded Earth's surrender. We gave them war. They thought us broken, but we are unbroken. They thought us weak, but we are strong. We do not kneel. We do not bow. From this day forward, let it be known, humanity is at war with the galaxy. The broadcast ended with the sight of Earth's fleets, hundreds of warships in formation, engines blazing, moving not defensively, but outward, toward the stars, toward vengeance. Panic. Across the stars in the Council's grand chamber, fear spread like wildfire. Never had a species deceived them so completely. Never had an inferior race dealt such a blow. The Council's authority, once unshakable, now trembled. Empires loyal to the Council questioned their leaders. Border colonies whispered rebellion. Smugglers, pirates, and resistance cells across the galaxy cheered, if humans could stand against. The Council, perhaps they could too. The illusion of galactic supremacy was broken, and it was Earth that had shattered it. Humanity's march. But Earth did not wait for the Council to regroup. The fleets that had revealed themselves in Earth's defense did not stay home. They surged outward, striking at outposts, supply depots, and shipyards. Every battle was a statement, every victory a declaration. Humanity would not sit behind walls. Earth had been given a choice, surrender or die. Instead, it had chosen the third path, war. And as the first human fleet spread like wildfire across the stars, one truth became clear. The galaxy thought they had cornered humanity, but humanity had cornered the galaxy. It began with silence. Then came the shadow. From beyond Jupiter, alien fleets entered the Sol system in perfect formation. Their numbers stretched farther than any telescope could capture. Armadas forged by dozens of civilizations, united under the banner of the Galactic Council. They did not announce themselves with peace. They announced themselves with a blockade. Hundreds of alien warships locked Earth in a cage of firepower. No ship could leave, no signal could escape unmonitored. Humanity was surrounded, trapped like an animal awaiting execution. Then came the ultimatum. Humans of Earth, you stand accused of uncontrolled expansion, dangerous weapons development, and disregard for galactic authority. You will surrender your planet, your fleets, and your sovereignty. Resist, and you will be annihilated. The message was delivered in every language at once. It was not a request. It was a sentence. The War Council convenes beneath the Earth's crust, buried in reinforced bunkers that even orbital strikes could not penetrate. The War Council of Earth convened. It was the first time in history that every leader of humanity sat together at one table. Presidents, prime ministers, generals, admirals, scientists, even civilian leaders. The chamber hummed with tension. Some were pale with fear. Others clenched fists in fury. The arguments began instantly. We must surrender. Look at their fleet. We don't stand a chance. Surrender means slavery. They will strip our world bare. Perhaps we can negotiate. You don't negotiate with executioners. The shouting grew. The council fractured. Hope frayed. Then the doors opened, and silence fell. The voice that united them. Admiral Soren Hale entered the chamber. His hair was white, his face marked with scars of old battles, his presence commanding. He was a relic of humanity's last great war, a man who had seen cities burn and had sworn Earth would never again kneel to conquerors. He placed his hands on the table and spoke with iron calm. We cannot surrender. If we do, humanity ceases to exist. We will not survive as slaves. We either fight and carve a place for ourselves among the stars, or we vanish from history. The chamber was silent. Then President Lena Torres rose beside him, her voice steady. Admiral, Hale is right. This is not a choice between life and death. It is a choice between freedom and chains. And I say humanity was not born to wear chains. The words cut through fear like fire through ice. One by one, leaders nodded. Some reluctantly, others with burning resolve. The War Council voted. The result was unanimous. Earth would not surrender. Earth would declare war. The plan, but defiance alone, was not victory. In that hidden chamber, the greatest minds of humanity wove a plan. They would not face the galaxy with outdated fleets. They would unleash weapons that had never seen the stars, prototypes forged in secrecy, experiments considered too dangerous for peacetime, dark energy reactors. AI-controlled warships, orbital rail cannon arrays capable of firing projectiles at fractions of light speed, planetary defense grids hidden beneath oceans and mountains. For decades, humanity had feared invasion. Now those fears became their salvation. For HFY, War Council activated every hidden arsenal, every forbidden experiment. The time for secrecy was over. The unveiling on, the 5th day of the blockade, when the Council's deadline loomed, the skies of Earth changed. From beneath the seas, titanic warships surfaced, water cascading from their armored hulls. From within, mountains, silos opened, revealing plasma batteries and missile silos hidden for generations. From the far side of the moon, black-hulled dreadnoughts ignited their engines, rising like silent reapers, and then came the crown jewel of humanity's, Defiance, the Erebus, the first dark energy battleship, a vessel that bent light itself, a warship bristling with weapons the galaxy had no names for. The aliens had come expecting a world of farmers and dreamers. What they saw was a fortress. Humanity's answer. The Council fleet waited for Earth's surrender signal. Instead, humanity broadcast a message across every channel, hijacking even the Council's encrypted networks. President Torres appeared, flanked by Admiral Hale and the leaders of the War Council. Her eyes burned with fire. To the Galactic Council. You came to demand our surrender. You came to strip us of freedom. You believed humanity weak, divided, afraid. But you were wrong. We do not kneel. We do not bow. From this day forward, know this. Earth does not surrender. Earth declares war. The words rang across the stars. Then the sky erupted. The first battle-human fleets surged outward, breaking from the planet like fire from a cannon. Dreadnoughts unleashed volleys of rail slugs that tore through alien shields. Swarms of AI controlled. Fighters darted between enemy formations, striking faster than any living pilot could react. Alien ships responded with beams of plasma and storms of missiles, but Earth's defenses held. Orbital rail cannons hidden in high-altitude platforms fired with devastating accuracy, punching holes through the blockade. The Erebus moved like a phantom, its dark energy core allowing it to phase in and out of visibility, appearing inside enemy formations before unleashing storms of annihilation. Alien fleets shattered wherever it appeared, as though death itself had taken form. The Council had expected a single planet's resistance. What they faced was the fury of an entire species united. The turning point for hours. The void burned. Alien commanders, once smug in their superiority, now screamed orders in panic. Human forces fought with a desperation the galaxy had never seen, because they were not fighting for conquest. They were fighting for home. When the flagship of the alien blockade was struck down by a combined volley from Earth's dreadnoughts, the Council fleet broke. Ships scattered, retreating into the blackness from which they came. The Battle of Earth was won. Humanity had defied the galaxy and survived. The message to the stars in the aftermath, the War Council sent a final broadcast, carried by captured alien relays to every corner of the galaxy. Admiral Hale spoke the words himself. We are humanity. We are survivors of every war we have faced. You thought us weak. You thought us divided. But today, you have seen the truth. We are one people. We are united, and we will never again bow to tyrants. You demanded our surrender. Instead, we declare war on the galaxy. The message spread like wildfire. In the halls of the Council, fear took root. Across distant worlds, oppressed species whispered of rebellion. The galaxy had come to cage humanity. Instead, humanity had set the galaxy on fire. And so it began. Earth stood bloodied but unbroken, Its fleets, once hidden, now surged outward. Its people, once divided, now marched as one. The War Council had made its choice, and history would remember it forever. The Mai. Galaxy demanded surrender. Humanity answered with war.